Mark Brown. Oh my gosh. I'm so stressed. I got to prepare. I'm waiting for some jokes from Chris. I got to prepare. I got to go over my slides. I spent all weekend on my slides. Big conference coming up next week. Yeah.
Dude, you're
My
stressing, man.
travel flight got canceled.
Wait. Dude, you're stressing. Part of this process is supposed to be having fun. Why aren't you having fun yet?
Anyone can give a presentation. Few deliver unforgettable presentations. What's the difference? You're about to find out. Welcome to the Unforgettable Presentations Podcasts with your hosts, world champion speakers and coaches Mark Brown.
Your life tells a story, and there's someone out there who needs to hear it.
And Darren LaCroix.
Stage time, stage time, stage time.
Ready for some powerful presentation ahas? Let's dive right in.
Oh, Mark, there is nothing like the feeling when you're on stage completely connected to an audience. And everything you say flows out. They love it. They're applauding. They're laughing. They're smiling. They're nodding. It's beautiful. And then there's the business side. If you listen to last week's episode, a lot of tough love. If you haven't, yeah, but like maybe grab a beer and go listen to it. Maybe have your blankie with you to listen to it. It was some tough love. So we thought we'd kind of lighten it up that, hey, we got to remember this can be fun or it can be stressful. We got to choose to find joy. We've got to choose to find the fun. Mark, you probably remember Ed Tate and I, kind of famous when we do a training together. We quote the scene from The Rookie when the main character, the rookie, was all stressed out in the business and should he go back home and take care of his family? He's in AAA ball trying to go to the majors, but like, yeah, his family needs him. His kids need him. And
he's older, right? He's older.
He's older. He's the oldest rookie in baseball, and he's stressed out and he needs to take care of his family. And okay, maybe I should just give up on this dream. And the other guys on the baseball team with him are fighting and arguing. And then there's this guy, Brooks, that he has kind of a great kinship with. And they're talking about the contracts, and he just like walks, and they're all in a bar, like having beers, commiserating. He walks out of the bar, goes out to the back of the bar, and there's a lights on, and there's a kids game, baseball game, where the kids are just, I get choked up still thinking about that scene because I get choked up every time I see it. And he just sees the kids playing baseball for the fun of it. And you just see the left fielder, the kid, just seeing him watching, leaning on the fence and just kind of smiling and giving him a wave with the glove. And it comes, and all of a sudden, Dennis Quaid plays the main character. All of a sudden, that Dennis Quaid smile lights up the screen, and he remembers to have fun. And he goes back the next day, walks in the locker room, goes up to Brooks, and he goes, Brooks, today we get to play baseball. That game that they loved. And sometimes we need to remind ourselves that, hey, there's customers, there's clients, there's stress, there's technology issues. We got to take a breath and remember, this is fun. This is what we maybe dreamed of. This is what we love to do. That's one of the reasons we do it. But if we don't take a minute to step back and take that breath, we can get caught up and be in a really negative place to try and motivate.
Yeah, your thing is, Darren, I know some may think, come on, guys, baseball is a game. It's supposed to be fun. Yes, and pros get paid a lot of money to play baseball, football, my football, soccer, and other sports. But people who I've met, who have coached, who choose to pursue professional speaking, they all talk about a passion and a love for wanting to do it. And if you love it so much, why should it be so super stressed that you're forgetting why you wanted to do it in the first place? And Darren, you're right. Meeting planners, schedules if you're North American, flights, cancellations, hotel, ground transportation, checks being late, contracts, the rewriting contracts. There's so many dimensions to the business of it, but we shouldn't forget the fun part of it. There is something that those of us who know this will try to explain to you. There's something about you're about to go on stage, on the platform, be it a big arena or for me, a school gymnasium sometimes, but you're about to take the platform and you absolutely cannot wait to go to that audience, share who you are, share your message, inspire them, have fun with them while teaching them critical principles. But in the moment, it's where I get to be. And for me, that mindset has helped change nervousness I may have about facing an audience. I will never forget the day, Darren. I was doing a talk for a real estate group. These are all multi-million-dollar sales reps. These are the creme de la creme of the real estate sales. And my wife and I drove to the Carolinas for this event, where I finally met the CEO of the group. He's the main guy. And I kid you not, I was going on in about 5 minutes. He had met me, we shook hands, and he said 4 words to me before I took the stage. No lie, don't F it up.
Ooh.
That's a direct quote with one word truncated. Okay. And my wife heard him say that.
Oh,
then he smiled at me. Like he was kind of kidding. He was half kidding. Now, hearing that in my head from the CEO before I go on stage, I wouldn't recommend any CEO do that or any meeting planner do that. But I knew I was going to get to talk to this audience about performance excellence, to take their best and make it much better. And I had prepared, I had planned, and I had practiced. I was ready. And nothing that he said was going to deter me, because I was going to have fun giving them the knowledge, the experience, and expertise I developed over the last, 55, 60 years. And it was a wonderful program. I got high marks, great accolades, and high fives all around. And of course, he gave me a big smile, hearty handshake, and a slap on the shoulder when I was done, because he was really, really pleased. He couldn't take the fun factor away from me, because I was ready and I was eager. When I was competing in the World Championship of speaking 30 years ago, I was backstage like a caged bull. I could not wait to go on the platform. I was having fun with it. And sometimes when things happen, even the most seasoned of pros get caught up in the moment, in the circumstance, with the audience. We got to deliver and perform and get this right. And we forget the fun part of what makes us uniquely us and why we enjoy sharing what we have with the audience so much. Please choose to find the fun and even find the funny and enjoy the experience. Never let anyone have to ask, are we having fun yet?
And Mark, you said something that I want to hold up a spotlight to. Choose. It's a choice. Like, I get it. We all get frustrated, but we got to catch ourselves and say, oh yeah, this is supposed to be fun. This is what I dreamed of. It is a choice. There will be frustrations. There will be problems. There will be travel issues. That's why I always take direct flights, but there still could be a travel issue. So remember, it's a choice. Choose to have fun. And if you'd heard my story, you probably heard me say this before, but again, a reminder, I wrote a note to myself the morning of the World Championship, because I tended to be much more back then, very intense. Okay, here's my opening line. I got to remember that. Okay, and then I'm going to move over here, and my brain is just that intensity. I've got to do it right. And thanks to David McElhaney, my other coach, I had written myself a note the 1 hour before the contest, wrote a note to the 5 minute before Darren, and I was all stressed out. And if you're watching the YouTube version, you'll see it, but just my body was all tense. If you're listening, it was very tense. And then I was like, oh yeah, I got to remember something. And I pulled out the note and it said, remember to have fun. My whole physical body changed by asking myself that question. Will I have fun? Remember to have fun. You did the work. And by the way, do the work, do the preparation, so that way you can have the relaxation in the moment. Like by that time, you know it or you don't know it. Going over your opening one more time, 5 minutes before, like that ain't going to help. You know it or you don't know it. So we need to step back, take that breath, and remember, it's a choice. Let's have fun with this. Guess what? Travel's going to suck at times.
Yes.
You could have fun with it. What if you could take that travel and that challenge and turn it into a funny story that you should in the presentation you're on your way to?
Yep.
So if you look for stories, and remember, important reminder, we have the only occupation in the world where when something bad happens, ooh, I got a new story.
That's right.
But it's how we process it. And we're encouraging you, we're reminding you to process it, to choose to have fun.
Yeah. And Darren, I wrote on 2 words here as notes to myself and to for our snippets. 2 words were relax, breathe, just relax. Take a few breaths. Why am I here? You know, as you said, today we get to play baseball. Today, that any day you're going to present, you get to present to that audience. Not I have to. And even if you have to, if in your mindset it becomes an opportunity to share who you are with the audience, to me, that perspective literally changes my physical features. I get to do this. I get to have fun with this. My face lights up. My body lights up. My whole being responds differently with that choice to have fun with the opportunity. Now, there are times your presentation may carry a more somber message, a more serious message. You may find yourself having to inform employees of staff cuts and budget cuts. That's not going to be very, very pleasant. And it's hard to find the fun in that. But in that case like that, and I had not been in that place, so I can't speak fully to it. I can only imagine that it might be helpful if you are authentic and honest about how it's being done. Choose your words and language carefully so it doesn't sound aggressive or offensive. But you can come away from that experience without having it be a disaster, as we often predict in our minds. And what I've found is this to be true is this, for me at least, for me certainly, the mindset I choose to adopt prior to a presentation will significantly have an impact on how the presentation goes. And by that I mean how I deliver, what I deliver, and how the audience receives it, and the experience that the audience has. But if I can find a way to have fun and bring out the funny, even in difficult circumstances, that can make a difference. And this might sound odd. It wasn't a speech I gave, but I eulogized my father, who passed away at 84 in 2017. And I was asked to eulogize him. And the whole family was there, many guests, a large crowd. And it's always sad to say goodbye to somebody you love. But I found a way to have fun with it. My father had a nickname. My sister used to call him Jorge, which is George. I don't know why. But then he had other friends who called him Brownowski and all this and RW. And he had all these names. And I wrote the eulogy based upon the different names that he had. And I actually had fun with it. And in the midst of a tragic farewell to my father, I saw people smiling. People were laughing. We were enjoying remembering him. And it was fun for me to remember him. It was sad to say goodbye. And I knew he was dying when he was dying. But it was an opportunity for me to bring a smile to the face of people who were mourning. Had fun with it. I can't always be all serious. I mean, my son says, "Dad, will you please perform my wedding for me?" I said, "Sure." How do I have fun with that? I'm going to have fun with that until my son gets up, writes his own vows, and then he turns to the audience and says, and basically asks everyone present to hold him accountable for the vows he just made.
Wow.
There was not a dry eye anywhere. I had to bring him back. And I just said, "This portion of our ceremony is brought to you by Kleenex." And the whole place, and we all had fun with it. So it was a very somber moment. And for comic relief, and I'm not saying I have all the answers, no, but if we are truly committed to serving our audiences, Even in difficult seasons, we can have fun with it. We can have fun when the lights go out. We can have fun with it. When the AC is not working, we can have fun with it. We shouldn't be all so stuffy and tight and wound up too tightly. I've got to deliver perfectly. Give them your knowledge, your experience, your value, but also let them see your personality come through. Have fun with it and enjoy inspiring your audience. Enjoy informing them. Enjoy your stories and enjoy the fact you get to inspire them and push them forward and help them. Enjoy the opportunity to serve. I don't want anyone asking you, are we having fun yet? So did Darren a call back?
Right. Well played, Mark Brown. Well played. Well, think about it too. What did you used to do? If you're a professional speaker, what did you used to do? And when you're in that job, for me, it was Bose, I had to punch the clock. Well, I could be stuck in an airport, living my dream, and there's a travel issue, or I could be back punching the clock. Sometimes we need to go back and have that perspective. Yeah. And go, oh yeah, I dreamed of doing this. I dreamed of being in an airport where someone else was paying the ticket and paying me to go. I dreamed of this. What if I can make it fun? Find the fun. Choose to find the fun. And if you choose to look for it, seek,
it'll be there.
And ye shall find.
It'll be there.
See you next week.
After decades of coaching, we know that the biggest challenge most presenters face is not getting the quality of feedback they need to be unforgettable. If you're serious about receiving world-class feedback to become unforgettable, you can get 2-on-1 or 1-on-1 coaching from us by visiting getaSpeakingCoach.com. You can also join us for ongoing training to elevate your skills at StagetimeUniversity.com, where we help good presenters become unforgettable.
Remember to subscribe, because if you miss a week, you miss a lot.
If you're going to take the time to prepare a presentation, make it unforgettable.
And thank goodness for Darren and Mark. I couldn't have done it without them. They're your partners the whole way. They go above and beyond.
It was so good to be coached by Darren and Mark. So having these two coach me elevated my delivery and elevated the power of my story.
It's been really, really amazing to go through this process with Darren and Mark. For me, I had never done anything like this, and the entire process was really, really amazing.
Thank you, Darren and Mark.
It was powerful. Whether you're a keynote speaker, emerging executive, or a seasoned pro, duo coaching will make you unforgettable.